Patna, and I am honored to be the moderator for this technical session with Mr. Priyatosh Mishra, sir, Assistant Professor, ACCF, as reporter. This session is chaired by Professor Nalin Bharti, sir. He is an Associate Professor in Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, IIT Patna. He has been awarded a doctorate from JNU, New Delhi. His wide range of publications includes the area of WTO and developing economy, India's economic reforms, trade and intellectual property, and labor economics. He has successfully completed project sponsored by UNICEF Office of India. He has contributed around 15 research papers in international journals, one full reference book, 6 book chapters edited by international authors, and more than 50 conferences papers in India and abroad. He is currently involved in a research project jointly sponsored by ICSSR and JSPS. I, on behalf of ACCF Amity University Patna, welcome you, sir. So,
yes, please go ahead.
okay, sir. Yeah. We are thrilled to have such a distinguished group of professionals here today to present their insights and findings on recent trends of marketing. Each speaker will have approximately 10 minutes for their presentation, followed by a question and answer session. Please ensure a noise-free background to avoid any disruption. Our first speaker is Tushar Dhiman and Pankaj Madan. They are from Gurukul Kangri, deemed to be University, Haridwar. Their topic is the impact of e-commerce on supply chain relationship. Please go ahead and start your presentation. Please share your...
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, यहाँ से हमने डिसेबल किया हुआ स्क्रीन शेयरिंग का ऑप्शन.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Ma'am, my PPT is disabled?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tushar Dhiman, research scholar from Gurukula Kangri Deemed to be University under the supervision of Professor Dr. Pankaj Madan, sir. My today presentation topic is the impact of e-commerce on supply chain relationship. This is the table of content. Introduction, research objective, literature review, research depth, conceptual framework, final discussion and conclusion, and then reference. Firstly, we discuss about introduction. The e-commerce has fundamentally transformed global commerce and reshaped traditional supply chain. With the focus of supply chain interaction, this study attempts to present through literature analysis with the variety of scholar sources, industry reports, and case studies. Basically, the e-commerce defined as the buying and selling of goods and services over electronic system such as the internet has growing potentially over the past 2 decades. According to the United Nations Development Report, the global e-commerce sales reached 26.7 trillion in 2019, 4% increase from previous year, and highlight the sector significant and sustainable growth of the e-commerce. The key points of my research paper is the rise of commerce, impact of supply chain relationships, enhance collaboration and communication, efficiency gains, challenge for MSMEs, data security and private concerns, customer satisfaction, and technological advancement. And from these point of view, the technological advancement and efficiency gain and challenges for MSME is the most important points for this research paper. This is the flow chart and presentation of e-commerce and supply chain. They contains transportation, payment services, product ad services, e-shops, client finals, etc. My research objective of this studies, there are 3 research objectives which I framed. To investigate, first is to investigate the challenges faced by SMEs, a small scale medium enterprise, in adopting e-commerce technologies. This research objective aimed to explore the significance barrier that small and medium-sized enterprise encounter when integrating e-commerce into their supply chain operations. Second is to evaluate the practical implementation and effectiveness of advanced technologies in e-commerce supply chain. This objective focus on examining how technologies such as blockchains, IoT, yani ki Internet of Things, and artificial intelligences are being implemented in real world with the link with the e-commerce. Third is to analyze data security and private practices in e-commerce supply chain. This research aims to understand the current practices and challenges related to data security, privacy with e-commerce supply chains. Now, these are my literature reviews. I read different papers from the Scopus database and the Web of Science and Google Scholar. And most of the important paper I found that first is Early Vacant et al. 2000 में examining the impact of information flows and mass communication on the supply chain in B2B commerce basically. And this study highlight internet has facilitated new business models. Next is investing, marketing, consumer behavior, e-commerce, focusing on decision uncertainties and supply chain relationships. These are also important research papers which I have discussed in this research paper, and these are the this is my research gap of study. The main research gap of this study is I found that first, while number of studies have been highlighted benefit of e-commerce in enhancing collaboration, communication, and efficiency within supply chains, and there is a research focusing on specific challenges faced by small and medium enterprises. Medium enterprises often lack the resources, technological capabilities of larger organization, and more detailed studies are needed to understand their unique barrier and how they can be overcome. Next, second research gap is while the role of advanced technologies such as blockchains, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligences in supply chain optimize has been recognized, there is a limited empirical research exploring the practical implementation, effectiveness of these technologies in real-world e-commerce supply chain. Third is data security. The data security is most important part of the e-commerce relationships. Data security and privacy concerns have become increasingly prominent as e-commerce continue to grow, day-to-day grow. However, the literature lacks comprehensive studies on best practices for safeguarding sensitive supply chain data and ensuring compliances and with evolving cybersecurity regulations. Finally, according to me, my research gap is while consumer satisfaction is widely acknowledged as a crucial aspect of e-commerce supply chain, there is a need for more in-depth research on ethical consideration, surroundings, data to improve service quality without compromising privacy rights is essential. It means privacy rights is very essential for us. This is my conceptual framework which I frame for this research paper and for this conference. Now, my findings is the literature review reveals e-commerce significant enhances supply chain relationships by improving collaboration and communication among partners. E-commerce also allows business to optimize logistic and different networks, enhancing overall supply chain. And for MSMEs, SMEs, which often struggle to keep pace with technological advancements and investment required. Discussion. Policymaker and larger enterprise should consider support mechanism to help SMEs integrated in the digital supply chain ecosystem. Data security and privacy remain critical issues, emphasizes the importance of robust cybersecurity measures to protect sensitive information and maintain trust in e-commerce. These are my references. Thank you.
Thank you. If anyone want to ask any question, please proceed.
So may I have a quick question, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this work is based on your literature survey.
Sir, sorry.
This work is based on your literature survey, na?
Yes,
Various
sir.
literature you have reviewed.
Yes, various literature
So-
review.
Yeah. So for doing this review of literature, have you adopted any methodology?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you briefly tell me that what method you have used for the review?
So basically, I use download various research papers from various database like Scopus, Web of Science, and Google Scholars. Then I review almost 30 to 40 papers. Then I put in this paper only 14 to 15 paper I put in this paper. Basically, the research methodology is systematic literature review.
You have not decided any theme for the review of the literature. It is not a
No, sir.
thematic. Okay. So if it is not theme based, then how you are saying it is systematic?
सर मैंने पेपर्स तो डाउनलोड किए हैं, देन उसका फिर एक टेक्सोनॉमी बनाई थी कि जो पेपर मेरे को रेलिवेंट लग रहे हैं टॉपिक से रिलेटेड, देन उसको ही मैंने इसमें पुट आउट किया है.
So what I will suggest you that in future you can just have
ओके सर.
theme based review of literature.
श्योर सर.
Theme may be theoretical in nature, theme may be case based. So you can segregate
Okay.
your
ठीक है.
review based on
ठीक
the
है.
theme.
ठीक है. थैंक यू सर फॉर
Okay.
योर सजेशंस.
So we can go ahead with the second presenter.
Okay. Now let's move to our next speaker, Pooja Priya from University Department of Commerce and Business Management, Ranchi University, Ranchi. Her topic is Age of Digital Market. Please proceed. Pooja Priya, start your presentation. Please share your PPT. Pooja Priya. Pooja Priya. Please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello. Please start your presentation. Yeah.
Ma'am, I have some technical issues. I need some time.
Okay.
Okay, so in that case, you allow some next presenter to present.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
So actually our presenters are not yet joined. That's why we are waiting for Pooja Priya.
Okay, so all your presenters are online only?
Yes, sir. All our presenters are online for today's session.
Hello.
Hello.
Ma'am, I'm sharing my PPT.
Yeah, start.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम.
Yes.
मैम मैं तुषार धीमान बोल रहा हूँ मैम. मेरे साथ ही शिखा गोयल मैम भी हैं, तो वो मेरे लैपटॉप से प्रेजेंट कर रही हैं पीपीटी.
Okay, okay.
वी आर फ्रॉम सेम यूनिवर्सिटी.
Okay, okay.
तो प्रेजेंट करें मैम अभी.
Pooja Priya, do you need time?
Yeah, ma'am.
You need time?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Our next speaker is Shikha Goyal, ma'am, and Pankaj Madan, sir, from Gurukul Kangri, deemed to be University Haridwar. Her topic is Retail 2.0 Future Prospects for Multi-Channel and Omni-Channel E-Commerce. Ma'am, please start your presentation.
Ma'am, should I start my presentation?
Yeah, you can start.
Ma'am, my PPT is visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Fine, ma'am. Should I start?
Yeah, start.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, I'm presenting. This is Shikha Goyal here. I'm from Gurukul Kangri, deemed to be university. I'm pursuing PhD under Professor Dr. Pankaj Madan. And I'm presenting a paper on Retail 2, Future Prospects for Multi-Channel and Omni-Channel E-Commerce. So this is a review paper, ma'am. This review paper offers an in-depth analysis of e-commerce impact on traditional retail businesses. It combines existing research, evaluates major trends, and explores the effects on both online and offline retailers. Our goal is to deliver a comprehensive understanding of this transformation, underpinned by a thorough examination of current literature, data, and industry insights. Over the last 20 years, retail has undergone substantial changes driven by the rise of online platforms and increased digitalization. E-commerce has revolutionized the retail sector by providing customers with unparalleled convenience and personalization. Retail 2 signifies the next evolution in retail, margin, digital and physical shopping experiences to offer a seamless and personalized customer journey. This transformation is fueled by advanced technologies, evolving consumer behaviors, and the necessity for retailers to remain competitive in a dynamic market. This review highlights the transformative journey of e-commerce. Since 2001, department store sales have been declining, posing a significant challenge for retailers to stay competitive. Improving offline shopping experiences is crucial for retailers. In these tough times, the retail landscape is shifting from multi-channel to omni-channel retailing. Integrating mobile, tablet, and social media channels with both online and physical shopping. So my objectives of this paper is to identify and examine the factors responsible for the e-commerce boom, to examine the emerging trends in e-commerce industry, and to recommend strategies to accelerate the growth of e-commerce industry. So my methodology will be the existing literature on e-commerce sector of India were retrieved through secondary research. The retrieved literature was analyzed to identify emerging trends. The knowledge was used to recommend the future strategies to accelerate the growth of industry. So what actually e-commerce companies need to do to accelerate growth, that is the customer experience, technological advancements, convergence of online and offline channels, delivery experience, payments and transactions, tax and regulatory environment, operational framework, digital infrastructure, customer acquisition, addressable markets. So as per literature review is concerned, according to Chopra 2005, traditional retail businesses such as supermarkets, bookstores involve direct consumer interaction and require multiple locations. So leading to high investments in infrastructure and inventory. In earlier times, brick and mortar retail outlets were unique in that they allowed customers to touch and feel the products. And if we talk about, as according to Otter and Chung, multi-channel retail involves selling goods through various channels. Baraha of 2021 has given the concept following the start of pandemic, a number of social limitations were imposed. According to OTO, customers who prioritize customer service prefer self-service. The word omni-channel was originally used by Rigby. That is the basic core concept of nowadays marketing. So regarding omni-channel, Orway and Judge in the discussion of brand strategy and innovation proposed that multi-channel strategies need to be modified to accommodate customer choice and loyalty. Gen Z and retail, because nowadays Gen Z, they are having a substantial impact on marketing. So despite the rise of online shopping, 98% of Gen Zers still occasionally shop in physical stores, highlighting the importance of an omni-channel strategy. 88% of Gen Zers prefer omni-channel marketing, making it crucial to engage them across various platforms. According to CARE, the retail reverts e-commerce players entering physical retail. Online companies now wish to go offline for a multitude of reasons, touch and feel, broader audience, improving user experience. So whatever the findings, those findings will be, the comprehensive review has covered the historical development of e-commerce, review major trends reshaping the digital commerce environment, looking into effect on digital and investigate actions used by retailers, not only survive but prosper in the period of transition. To succeed in the retail to landscape, retailers must focus on key findings: seamless integration of channels, enhanced customer experience, advanced data analytics, technological innovations, omni-channel strategies, impact on consumer behavior, sustainability, and ethical considerations. Conclusion signifies a retail to signifies a significant shift towards a more integrated, personalized, and efficient retail environment. Yeah, unstable. By embracing omnichannel strategies and leveraging advanced technology. So in an increasing tech-driven, basically the conclusion, in an increasingly tech-driven economy, traditional retailers are trying to stay competitive while navigating the change towards digitization, which presents them with unprecedented problems. This section explains the most important takeaways from the previous research and provide useful advice on how traditional retailers might prosper in the era of e-commerce. So basically the conclusion, we conclude from this paper, like adaptation strategies for conventional retailers, omni-channel retail strategies, the significance of customer experience and personalization, and sustaining an online and offline presence. Suggestions are to define cybercrimes and suggest penalties and punishments. We need multi-channel shopping platform. Cash on delivery is the preferred payment mode. Online customer marketplace. Beware, our website will be hacked, and the e-commerce business will continue to attract investor interest. Awareness, education skills, and ensuring flexibility in public and private sector relationship. Thank you. This is from my side, ma'am.
Thank you for that insightful presentation. If anyone want to ask any question, please proceed. Sir?
Yes.
Sir,
So, yeah, so there was an issue which he had discussed about cybercrime. We have
Sorry,
discussed
sir?
about cybercrime as a part of conclusion. You have discussed about cybercrime. Hello?
Sir, yes. Yes, sir. Am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, yes.
So cybercrime,
So,
there shouldn't be data should be hacked. If we want to know about the consumers. When we use omni-channel strategies, we want to know about our consumers. So we collect their data from purchase history, browsing history. So there is the chances of their data could be hacked. So the client should be convinced that their data would not be used in other way, in other wrong way. So that should be stopped if we are getting their purchasing history. So that's actually what we want to say.
okay, so we can move to the next presentation.
okay, sir. Now, let's move to our next presenter. She is Pooja Priya from University Department of Commerce and Business Management, Ranchi University, Ranchi. Her topic is Age of Digital Market. Pooja Priya, please proceed your presentation.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, start your presentation. It is visible.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
You are audible.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Pooja Priya from University Department of Commerce and Business Management, Ranchi University, Ranchi. I am pursuing PhD under Dr. Vikas Kumar. The topic of my presentation is Age of Digital Market. It's fascinating how e-commerce has evolved over the decades. The origins trace back to the 1960s when electronic data exchange first emerged, allowing business to exchange data electronically. However, it wasn't until the 1990s that online retailing truly began to take off. By 1997, just 2 years after their launches, Amazon and eBay both facilitated 1 trillion, a staggering figure that underscored the rapid growth and potential of e-commerce. Further catalyzing this growth was the introduction of PayPal in 1998. According to eMarketer, formerly Intelligence Insider, the global e-commerce market is projected to reach $6.3 trillion this year, up to from $5.8 trillion in 2023. Industries are experiencing unprecedented disruption as digital innovation introduces new business models and consumer expectations. Traditional sectors are being upended by emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and the Internet of Things. For instance, the rise of e-commerce has transformed retail, while advancements in telecommunication and video conferencing have reshaped work environments and personal interactions. E-commerce, also known as electronic commerce, involves conducting transactions over electronic networks like the internet. It includes activities such as buying, selling, and transferring funds or information online, fundamentally altering traditional shopping and business methods. Categories of e-commerce. Number one is business to business. This type covers transactions between companies. For instance, a wholesaler selling products to a retailer represents a B2B interaction. The second one is business to customer, B2C. This involves businesses selling directly to individual consumers. Websites like Amazon and eBay are classic examples where consumers can purchase goods straight from the businesses. Third is consumer to consumer, C2C. This model features transactions between individuals. Platforms such as eBay and Craigslist enable people to buy and sell items among themselves. Number four is consumer to business, C2B. In this setup, individuals offer goods or services to businesses. Freelance marketplaces, where people provide services to companies, are a prime example of C2B e-commerce. The surge in global online sales can be attributed to several influential factors. Consumers increasingly prefer the convenience of shopping from their homes, avoiding the hassle of travel and allowing for more flexible shopping times. Additionally, the widespread use of laptops, smartphones, and high-speed internet has made online shopping more accessible than ever. These technological advancements enable users to browse and buy products from virtually anywhere, further driving the growth of e-commerce. The ability to easily compare products, access detailed information, and receive personalized recommendations has become crucial. Technological innovations such as improved e-commerce platforms and secure payment systems have enhanced these experiences. Tools like artificial intelligence and machine learning now provide tailored shopping experience and targeted marketing meeting the evolving needs of consumers. Growth of e-commerce in India. As of September 2023, India has witnessed a dramatic increase in internet penetration with over 918 million subscribers. This milestone reflects the country's rapid digital transformation. A particularly noteworthy trend is the expansion of internet access in rural areas. The rural subscriber base has surged to 375.66 million, illustrating significant progress in bridging the digital divide and ensuring that more remote and underserved regions are now connected to the internet. A recent study titled E-commerce Logistics Unveiling Data-Driven highlights the substantial growth in online orders from Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4 cities. These smaller cities and towns now account for the largest share of online transactions, marking a significant shift from the earlier dominance of metropolitan areas. These are the opportunities and benefits of e-commerce. The explosive growth of India's internet economy offers substantial opportunities for both businesses and consumers. Projections suggest that the internet economy could reach $1 trillion by 2030, with e-commerce expected to comprise $325 billion of this total. For business, e-commerce represents a powerful tool to reach a wider audience, utilize cost-effective marketing channels, and explore new markets across different categories and regions. This expanded reach can lead to significant growth and revenue opportunities. For consumers, e-commerce provides unmatched convenience and accessibility. With the ability to shop from home, consumers can easily compare prices, explore a vast selection of products, and make purchases with just a few clicks. E-commerce platforms often offer competitive pricing, special deals, and discounts, which can lead to substantial savings. Additionally, personalized shopping experiences driven by data analytics and targeted recommendations enhance customer satisfaction and encourage long-term loyalty. Despite these advantages, the e-commerce sector faces several challenges that need to be addressed to sustain its growth. Challenges and future directions. To further drive e-commerce growth, initiatives to enhance digital literacy and consumer awareness are essential. Educating customers about safe online practices and building confidence in digital transactions can help mitigate risks and encourage more widespread adoption of e-commerce.
Am I audible?
E-commerce As we advance further into the digital age, e-commerce and e-marketplaces will remain central forces in shaping the future of retail, influencing purchasing behaviors, market dynamics, and the overall consumer experience. Their continued development will be crucial in navigating the evolving landscape of global e-commerce. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So you want to ask any question, please proceed. Sir, Nalin sir, am I audible to you? So please unmute yourself. Nalin sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Now you are audible.
So any participant has any question?
Participants, do you have any question? No, sir. Participants don't have any question.
Questions from Amity University side?
You can ask.
No, in the conference, it is not the only the
Chairperson, yes.
chairperson of the, yeah, it is not the chairperson of the session who has to ask the questions. It is also the participant and other people. If they are not ready, it means that the conference is not at all having any academic discussion.
Yes, sir. Let me ask. So audience want to ask from Pooja Priya, do you use primary data or secondary data? Pooja,
What, ma'am? What is the question?
you use primary data or secondary data?
For what?
For writing the paper? In research methodology section, we have to mention that we have collected our data through primary sources or secondary sources. Have you mentioned it? Pooja, unmute yourself and ask and answer the question.
Acha, my voice is audible, Miss Pooja?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, Miss Pooja, kindly give me what kind of research work or methodology you are doing in your paper. What is the methodology?
Primary or secondary sources?
What kind of sources from primary and what kind of sources from secondary? Explain the data source.
Sir, for secondary data. Hello,
Yes, please.
sir.
Yes, please.
I have taken the source from emarketer.com, media sources, global internet e-commerce stapling curve published by Goldman Sachs, Forrester Research, Forbes, ISB Ecom report, etc.
And what are the primary sources?
Primary sources are basic behavior of consumers.
ये आपने डाटा कैसे लिया ये बताइए वो व्हाट इज द प्रोसीजर ऑफ कलेक्टिंग ऑफ द डेटा टाइप ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या है व्हाट इज द सोर्सेस
Sir, observation is the main thing.
Pooja, do you use structured questionnaire?
Ma'am, I'm not getting it.
Do you use structured questionnaire for the collection of data?
Yes.
Okay. Which instrument do you use for the collection of data? Using structured questionnaire? आपने सेल्फ मेड क्वेश्चनायर यूज किया है या फिर आपने स्ट्रक्चर्ड क्वेश्चनायर प्रीवियस स्टडी के बेसिस पे यूज किया है?
प्रीवियस स्टडी के बेस पे स्ट्रक्चर्ड क्वेश्चनायर यूज किया है.
ओके, तो मैं वही पूछ रही थी आपने इंस्ट्रूमेंट किसके किसके लिए हैं, कहाँ कहाँ से? प्रीवियस स्टडी आपने अगर ली है तो किसकी स्टडी से ली है?
मैम मैंने बताया ना, ई मार्केटर, फोर्ब्स, ISB ecom report, news articles, etc.
News articles are not primary source actually. Okay, let's proceed with the sir. Sir, do you want to ask any question?
No, I have no question to Pooja, but I have one observation from the message which I have received from the chat. Somebody is asking that I have presented. So I have presented my paper. Should I leave? So I don't know whether they have presented paper before or not, but in a session, in academic session, when you are presenting a paper and when other colleagues are also presenting the paper, it is your duty to listen to others and also interact with them. You are not a news reader that you have finished your news reading and then you are going back to your home.
Yes, sir.
If people have no time, they should not join the conference.
Yes, sir.
You're not reading the news.
Yes, sir. Actually,
So
sir,
who will be the
participants
next
are not
present?
yet
Yeah,
joined. That's why
participants are
not yet joined. That's
no. Participant has asked the question in the chat box. You should read it. They are asking that I have presented. Should I leave now? You are only 10 presenters. If everybody will say that I have presented, I should leave now. Only 3 minutes, 4 minutes time has been, or 5 minutes time is allotted for each presenter.
yes,
If
sir.
everyone will say that I have to leave now, then why we are meeting here? What is the purpose of meeting here?
Yes, sir.
Academic ideas should have a discussion, should have the exchange of ideas, and we should share our thoughts, we should discuss our thoughts.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, what is the use of having this conference?
Yes, sir. I got your point. So
So who is the next presenter?
only 3 presenters are joined yet. That's why we are struggling to make them join. That's why I have to manage all the things.
No, you have how many presenters?
So we have 10 presenters, but till
Uh,
now, only 3 presenters have joined, and all the presentations are done.
so if all the presentations are over, then we can finish this session.
So just wait for 5 minutes.
So till now, 3 presentations. One is by Pooja Priya, another one is by Tushar, Dhiman, and Pankaj Madan.
Yes.
And third was by Shikha, na?
Pooja Priya.
Shikha Goyal.
So first
No,
one is from
Shikha was
Tushar
the third
Dhiman.
one.
Yes, sir. Second one is
First one by Tushar,
yes, sir.
and second one,
Second one Shikha Goyal,
yes.
and third one Pooja Priya.
Yeah, so we had only 3.
Yes,
Out of 3, 2 are from the same institution, Gurukul Kangri, na?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2 are from same institution.
So the schedule of the presentation must have been shared with the presenters.
So it already shared. It has been already shared in the group.
So why they are so slow in joining the conference?
There is a technical glitch from their side.
No, it cannot be with large number of people. They are not prompt enough to join the conference. They need only the certificate for participation in the conference.
Yes, sir. Sir, only
Yeah.
those who get the presentation certificates who have presented the papers, and other will get only participation certificate.
No, but they have not participated. How can you give the certificate to a person? Those who have no time at least to join the conference online. How can you give the participation certificate? Just because they have paid fee for the conference? That is the criteria?
Okay, so we will not provide even the presentation and participation certificate. We will only provide the presentation certificate.
No. See, our time is very important.
Yes,
If
sir.
they have no respect for anybody else,
Yes, sir.
then we should also not have any respect for them.
Yes, sir.
Things should be very serious enough. That too for the Amity University.
Yes, sir.
I don't think any other participant will join the conference. And this conference is international conference. So who are basically the international participants in this panel, in this list?
So
How many international participants you have?
So international participant, we have 5 international participants.
In this session,
So
the marketing session.
In marketing session, we have 1 participant.
So where is that one
Hello,
participant?
ma'am. Sorry for interrupting.
MD Gaur Sam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Right.
Ma'am, actually, I got the mail at late 12:30 p.m. So I can't able to come as a offline for presentation.
Okay.
Can I give a presentation in online now?
You can present online.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
No,
Me
no.
and Shali Adnan sir is here for present
Yeah,
our paper.
Mohammed Gaur, where you
Yes, sir.
are currently staying?
Sir, right now I'm in Pulwadi and I'm in the currently working in International School of Management, Patna. So I'm on duty, sir.
No. My question is, the organizer was telling me that one international participant is also here. So who
Okay,
is
sir.
that international participant?
Sir, no, sir. I'm not international. I'm
No.
from
The
Bihar,
question
sir.
is
I'm
not
Patna.
from. No. The question is not from you. Question
Okay.
is from the organizer of this conference.
Okay.
Who is that
Thank you, sir.
international participant? Can you tell me? Anyone is international participant here? Anyone from Amity University?
Sir, good afternoon, Dr. Manisha here, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Namaskar, madam. So anyone is from international institute in this session?
yes, sir. I was going through this list and even I didn't find anybody from international university because in the marketing, there is nobody from international organization.
No, but the point is, there are 10 participants list shared with me. Out of 10, only 3 have joined.
Yes, sir.
Other 7 will join, and there is no communication with you.
Yes, sir. These candidates actually they have been informed, and we are getting in touch with that.
No,
Yes,
in
sir.
the conference, if their paper has been accepted and the link has been shared with them.
Yes, sir. This is not actually a professional attitude. This is highly unprofessional.
No. This is not at all justified. That if you are really serious for academic discussion and exchange of ideas, and the link has been shared, you have no idea when should I join. You have no connection with the organizer. Why? What is the purpose of organizing such conference?
Yes, sir. Sure,
And
sir.
then in the chat box, I have seen that somebody is writing that if we have presented, can we leave?
Yes, I can see that someone, Tushar Dhiman, he has written that. And
So
this,
what type of Tushar Dhiman, what type of researcher he is, that he is writing that should I leave in a conference where only 10%, even if it is 12 or 15, this is the general rule, general etiquette that we have to wait for all the presenters to present. I am really fed up with such conferences which have no seriousness from the participating and presenting people and also those who are absent.
yes, obviously, those who are absent, it's actually very unprofessional, and that should be informed if it's a problem, and it should be communicated.
Because of my association with committee only, I accepted that I will join. I have other responsibilities, other work, other meeting in this institute. And there was a proposal to come in person. But due to my meeting and other things, I didn't join.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We do understand that. And I know your time is very, very precious. And I don't know why there is a communication gap between the participants. They have not communicated at all regarding their presence. And even this is not very professional that I am presenting and I'm leaving, because here
No,
we
70% presenters are absent.
Yes, sir.
70%. And your one of your faculty said that we will only give participation certificate to them.
No,
For
sir.
what participation? For what participation?
No, sir, this cannot be
Participation certificates are only for those who have not presented but joined the conference.
exactly.
Participation certificates are not for those who have paid the money but not even having the time to join the conference.
Exactly, sir, exactly. That will be taken care of, and she is very new, sir, in the system. And we don't provide certificate to those people who don't come or join or attend the conferences. This is obviously a very important academic endeavor where they have to be present. And this is a platform from where we learn a lot many things. And if they are not understanding, just presenting the paper is not enough. Presenting and then gaining what is important, like what are the problem areas for me, there should be some insightful discussion on that. And I think most of them have not understood this, but sir, if you permit, we have 2 more participants, and with your permission, we can start. If you will permit, then only.
Yeah, please go ahead. Because till 4, I told that till 4 I will be free, but the way participants are coming,
Sure.
it is not your duty that you will call them and then they will join and then they will say that I have to leave because I have presented.
Exactly, sir. I can truly understand your cause. You spared your time. That is enough for us. And then if this kind of attitude is seen, obviously it's highly frustrating for us also. We are highly ashamed because of this. In fact, sir, you are here. That is enough for us. And I don't know why they have not understood that this is such
it's a collective responsibility. I also take my part. You also do your part. Participants are also doing their part. So if everyone say that I have to leave, I have to leave. So then who is going to continue and who is participating, who is presenting? Everything is at the false assumption, no?
Yes, sure, sir. So we are extremely sorry for this
So
condition.
please allow others to finish so that we can have some discussion.
Yeah, sure, sir. So, Mohammad Gohar Hasnan, you'll be presenting your paper now. Is he connected?
Yes, ma'am. Very good afternoon. This is Dr. Shahali Adnan.
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Shahali Adnan with you, along with Mohammad Gohar Hasnan, my colleague. Let me share the screen first, ma'am. Right, sir. Am I audible properly, sir? Am I audible properly? Ma'am?
Yes, you are audible, and if your PPT is also visible, please make it full screen so that sir can see and we can see that.
Okay. Fine, ma'am. So my topic of presentation happens to be the digital marketing in the era of technological disruption. Now, first I would like to define this marketing. So marketing happens to be satisfying the needs and wants of the people, of the target audience, and also at the same time satisfying the needs and wants of the company as well. Now, I would like to mention that the era which we talk about, that is, it starts from 7000 BC till 2080 we talk about. In short, if we talk about 1980, from 1980 to 2030, this era has been termed as information technology era, IT era. Now, in this era, if anything is performed on the digital platform, on the internet platform, it will fetch more result. It will fetch to efficiency, effectiveness, and economies of scale. Efficiency happens.
Mohammad Gohar, just a minute. Sorry to interrupt you. Nalin sir, are you able to hear the voice? Is the voice quality okay?
Yeah, this is okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, Gohar sir, you can continue with that.
Dr. Shahali Adnan, thank you, ma'am. So from 1980 to 2030 happens to be information technology era, and from 2030 to 2080 will be nanotechnology. So whatever we perform, whatever we do the activities, it should be on the digital platform, and it should be digitalized. Reason being, that if we more digitalize, if we more use technology, it will bring all the resources, more resources into economic activity which are not into the economic at present. So digital marketing happens to be an umbrella in the term of marketing of products, services using digital technologies, mainly on internet. So I was talking about, this efficiency, effectiveness, and economies of scale. Now, efficiency happens to be the formula if we talk about that output by input, whatever output is coming, whatever input we are coming. So it's all about the input. If we gather more input, if we gather more resources on the digital platform, right, the output will be more, and followed by the effectiveness. Now, effectiveness happens to be that the output which we come up, right, and it is compared with the industry standards. So if we talk about China follows the economies of scale. That economies of scale happens to be that the minimum cost of production when the production is increased to the maximum. So if we use all the digital platforms, the costing reduces very drastically, and digital marketing accelerates the speed of economic activity as compared to the non-digitalized format. Right. Now, the importance of digital marketing, that improve customer acquisition, we can acquire more consumers, we can cover more rural area with the respect of this internet and all the digital platforms. And if you talk about some data, that India ranks second in the world in the use of internet. That is 692 million people are now currently on the internet platform. This counts for 49.15%. Still miles to go. The first happens to be United States with this one. Well, first happens to be China. China with 1.05 billion people on internet. Now, if we use more digital platform, we can connect more rural people to the economic activity as performed by this ITC e-Chopar. That all the farmers they all were brought to this digital platform, and then agriculture happens, and it gave a huge amount of this diversification and this expansion both. So it increases, of course, through digital marketing we can increase the reach in terms of advertisement. We talk about reach and frequency. So reach happens to be कि हम कितना ज़्यादा लोगों तक पहुंच सकते हैं. I will use both the languages, English and Hindi both. तो सेल्स इंक्रीज तभी कर सकता है जब हम ज्यादा लोगों तक रीच करते हैं. एक फिजिकल दुकान उतने ही लोगों तक पहुंच पाती जितना वो लोग देख पाते हैं. But digital platform, it gives the reach up to billions of people who are on the platform. So that is the size happens to be 49.15% as compared to the normal physical format. Right. Now again, if we talk about this costing, we talk about. So time is cost. In less time, कम वक्त में ज्यादा लोग तक पहुंच जाना, ये कॉस्टिंग को डिक्रीज करता है. एक 24 घंटे में हम इतने लोगों तक पहुंच गए. तो ये डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का बहुत बड़ा एक फायदा है. राइट. Increased customer lifetime value, better customer engagement, more qualified leads. डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में हमको ज्यादा लीड्स मिलता है और ज्यादा क्वालिफाइड और फिल्टर लीड्स मिल पाता है जो सीरियस है ज्यादा. और ज्यादा हमको अभी जो ज्यादा रिसर्च हो रहा है वो कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर पर हो रहा है कि हाउ द कंज्यूमर्स आर बिहेविंग, और जितना भी जो हमारा सेगमेंटेशन का पार्ट है, तो व्हाट नेक्स्ट दे विल बिहेव, वो कैसा बिहेव करेंगे. तो ये सारा हमको डेटा डिजिटल मार्केटिंग से हमको हासिल हो जाता है एट अ वेरी लेस कॉस्ट, या उसी एफर्ट में हमको ज्यादा हासिल हो जाता है कि हाउ दे आर गोइंग टू बिहेव, व्हाट कलर ऑफ टी शर्ट, what color of shoes, what color of technology of laptops or mobiles, whether we talk about services and all. तो ये सारी चीज हमको हासिल हो जाती है. डिजिटल मार्केटिंग से एक और बहुत बड़ा फायदा है कि एक फ्रेम का जो प्रॉब्लम होता है, एक फ्रेम का प्रॉब्लम, उसका सॉल्यूशन हमको दूसरे फ्रेम में मिलता है. और ये सर्विस से डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में जितना डेटा हमको हासिल हुआ, मार्केटिंग हमने सारी चीज किया, फिर रिसर्च हुआ. राइट. उसमें एक द स्लाइड इज हियर, आई वुड लाइक टू जंप ओवर द स्लाइड. This one, the planning digital marketing strategy, that is research, intelligent business analytics, build, implement, measure, and manage results. So here I would like to say, sir, that एक फ्रेम का जो प्रॉब्लम है और डेटा को जब हम एनालाइज करते हैं, दैट इज कलेक्शन, क्लासिफिकेशन एंड प्रेजेंटेशन. तो जब ह्यूमन ब्रेन उस डेटा को नरिश करता है, कंडीशन करता है, तो उसमें हमको नए व्यायाम, न्यू डायमेंशन हमको हासिल होते हैं. तो एक फ्रेम का प्रॉब्लम दूसरे फ्रेम से सॉल्यूशन से मिलता है. तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का, स्पेशली द कंज्यूमर गुड्स, स्पेशली द वाइट गुड्स, राइट, उसमें बुलविप इफेक्ट के कारण एक्सेस ऑफ प्रोडक्शन होने लगा. बुलविप इफेक्ट हैपेंस टू बी कि जितना डिमांड होता है उसके एवज में बफर स्टॉक के लिए ज्यादा प्रोडक्शन किया ही जाता है बाय डिफॉल्ट। दुकानदार जितना जितना डिमांड है, 10 मोबाइल का डिमांड है तो वो 15 स्टॉक करता है, और इसी तरह मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में जाकर के 10 डिमांड के एवज में 20 या 25 आपका प्रोडक्शन हो जाता है। तो दिस इज अ नेचुरल फिनोमेना। नाउ दिस एक्सेस स्टॉक, तो इसका सॉल्यूशन जब सर्वे हुआ, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी सारी चीज रिसर्च सारी चीज, तो उसमें ये पता चला कि इसका सॉल्यूशन जो है वो दूसरे फ्रेम में है, दैट इज की सर्विस इंडस्ट्री में। तो सर्विस इंडस्ट्री ने एक, दैट इज बैंकिंग एंड ऑल, उन्होंने एक प्रोडक्ट को डिजाइन किया एंड दैट हैपेंस टू बी कंज्यूमर लोन। और उस कंज्यूमर लोन ने बुलविप इफेक्ट को, जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री है उसके सारे प्रॉब्लम को पैसिफाई कर दिया और फिर ज्यादा सामान बिकने लगा। So this is all because of the digital platform that gives the dimension that gave the brain to act. This one. Now, one thing I would like to mention, sir. This one. Now, I'll talk about disruptive technology. So, before talking disruptive technology, I am in ISM. I am a marketing teacher, assistant professor. I have done a PhD from Magadha University, and I have done my PhD in rural marketing, rural development, that is role of rural electrification. तो disruptive marketing को define करें तो as per the definition which is available, that is destroying the current market equilibrium for some time and then making to equilibrium. But disruptive में अगर current market equilibrium को अगर हम नहीं खत्म करते हैं, right, पुराने मॉडल को नहीं खत्म करेंगे, तो पुराना मॉडल जो है वो एक मुख्तसर एक लिमिट में आपका जो रिसोर्सेज है उसको इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी में रखा है उन्होंने। तो डिसरप्शन हैपेंस टू बी इनोवेशन, इनोवेशन हैपेंस टू बी ट्राइंग द अनट्राइड टेक्नोलॉजी, इनोवेशन हैपेंस टू बी क्रिएटिंग समथिंग न्यू जो अभी तक नहीं हुआ है। साबुन तेल मसाला पहले से बिक रहा है, बट उसको नए अंदाज में बेचा जाए ताकि ज्यादा से ज्यादा रिसोर्स कवर हो सके, क्योंकि अभी भी बहुत सारा रिसोर्स इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी में शामिल नहीं हुआ है। स्टिल मेजॉरिटी पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया इज अ वर्जिन मार्केट। तो मार्केट का साइज को बढ़ाने के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी को लाना जरूरी है, सो दैट कि हम ज्यादा मार्केट कवर कर सकें और ज्यादा सेल्स और ज्यादा करके हम उसको इकोनॉमिक्स ऑफ स्केल को पहुंच सकें। सो इंक्रीज्ड एफिशिएंसी, दैट इज आउटपुट बाय इनपुट सर, ज्यादा इनपुट तो ज्यादा आउटपुट, या जो भी इनपुट है लीन प्रोडक्शन आउटपुट, जो भी इनपुट है उससे हम बेहतर से बेहतर आउटपुट हम उसको हासिल कर सकें। फॉलोड बाय दिस एनहांस कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस। तो जितना डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म में हम जितना सर्विस का है, मैसेजेस है, तो रियल टाइम पे एजिलिटी मार्केटिंग में टॉक अबाउट कि उसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा हम उनको अपडेट कर सकते हैं, सो दैट कि दे कैन टेक अ बेटर डिसीजन। इसमें ब्लैक बॉक्स मॉडल का भी हम मेंशन करेंगे कि ब्रेन को जितना ज्यादा फाइन मैसेज हम देंगे उतना ज्यादा बेहतर एक्सपीरियंस होगा। जितना रियल टाइम पे हम उनको अपडेट करते रहेंगे उतना ज्यादा उनका फैसला लेने का कैपेसिटी होगा, सलाहियत होगी। अभी आगे जो बात हो रही है इस आर्टिकल में मेंशन नहीं है, दैट इज की न्यूरो साइंस की बात हो रही है कि न्यूरो साइंस टॉक्स अबाउट कि ब्रेन को किस तरह से हम मैसेज और अप्रोच करें ताकि लर्निंग और ज्यादा बेहतर हो। तो न्यूरो साइंस का भी अभी इसमें शामिल हो रहा है। तो मार्केटिंग बहुत अभी एक्सपैंड कर रहा है। सेकंड हैपेंस टू बी दिस न्यू बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज। तो मार्केट का जो रेडियस है मार्केट का, उसको डिजिटल मार्केटिंग रेडियस को बढ़ाने में बहुत कामयाब और असरदार साबित होता है। कि अभी एक सर्टेन रेडियस में हम काम कर रहे थे, अभी उसको रेडियस को बढ़ा सकते हैं। आई कैन अप्रोच टू द मार्केट टू द नियर कंट्रीज एज वेल, मतलब अपने सरहद से हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा दूसरे कंट्रीज को भी, तो पूरे वर्ल्ड को हम एक मार्केट में तब्दील कर देते हैं और अपनी चीजों को हम वहां मुहैया करा सकते हैं। वी कैन मार्केट आवर प्रोडक्ट्स अक्रॉस द बाउंड्रीज ऑफ आवर कंट्री। राइट सर। देन डिसरप्टिव टेक्नोलॉजी में जितना नया टेक्नोलॉजी आता है, दैट इज की आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है, ब्लॉकचेन है, आपका मशीन लर्निंग है, और जितना जो कंपोनेंट्स आपका, तो कॉम्पिटिटिव एडवांटेज व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, दिस इज द पार्ट ऑफ ब्रांडिंग एंड ऑल, दैट व्हाट यूनिक यू आर डूइंग अपार्ट एज कंपेयर टू द अदर्स। तो जितना हम टेक्नोलॉजी को जितना हम इसको इंडल्ज करेंगे, इनकॉर्पोरेट करेंगे, तो टेक्नोलॉजी इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, technology is directly proportional to the economies of scale and so forth. तो competitive advantage में हमको बहुत ज्यादा मदद होगी disruptive technology से। Accessible and convenience में है innovation and growth. Innovation happens to be again untried technology. तो innovation और ये digital marketing and disruptive and all the platforms and all the IT languages and all. तो इसमें इसको जितने भी, इसका एग्जांपल हम अक्सर क्लास में यही करते हैं कि दैट इज बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं जो स्कूल गोइंग ग्रेजुएशन के और जो सिर्फ अपनी बाइक से कॉलेज आ जा रहे हैं, बट दिस टेक्नोलॉजी एंड ऑल उन्होंने उसको कमाने का अवसर दिया, और नाउ देयर इज कॉल्ड दिस बाइक टैक्सी. So now they are making money and they are doing their studies and all, everything is there. तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा रिसोर्स को इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी में शामिल करने का जरिया है आपका डिस्ट्रप्टिव टेक्नोलॉजी और डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, एंड फॉलोड बाय सस्टेनेबिलिटी. तो जितना हम ज्यादा रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी सब सारी चीज को करेंगे, वो सस्टेन हमारा सस्टेनेबिलिटी मार्केटिंग ज्यादा बेहतर होगी. In short, sir, that again there are some examples of artificial intelligence, blockchain में एक, as per my less knowledge, I'm not an IT teacher. I think artificial intelligence happens to be a replica of brain, right? तो replica of brain में अगर हम ब्रेन को, जो ह्यूमन ब्रेन है, उसको कुछ काम से अलग नहीं करेंगे तो फिर उसको दूसरे में इस्तेमाल हम नहीं कर पाएंगे. Just like the example that if you keep on washing clothes, and if we have invented the washing machine, then again we are wasting our time. So 24 hours is fixed. So in that 24 hours, we have to, there is something called outsource some work which we are doing from our brain to AI, so that our brain can get free, और उसके बाद फिर उसको दूसरी जगह लगाएं, so that कि मार्केट को ज्यादा हम कैपिटलाइज कर सकें और ज्यादा रिसोर्सेज को इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी में ला सकें. वी कैन टॉक अबाउट रूरल मार्केटिंग, वी कैन टॉक अबाउट, अभी तक जो भी हुआ है सर, वो अर्बन टू रूरल मार्केटिंग हुआ है, अर्बन शहर से गांव की तरफ. रूरल टू अर्बन मार्केटिंग की जरूरत है, रूरल टू रूरल की जरूरत है, कनेक्टिविटी की. तभी जाकर के इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल और बेटर जो 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी की बात करते हैं वो मुमकिन हो जाएगा, अनलेस एंड की रूरल डेवलप नहीं होता है. तो इसका one thing more I would like to say, sir, that diversity and inclusion. तो diversity means all the integration part, कि अलग अलग पहलू को हम जोड़ेंगे, ठीक है, और and the inclusion. It is only possible जितना डाइवर्स, ITC बहुत डाइवर्स कर रहा है, every company is trying to diverse things, diversity. So ये तभी मुमकिन है जब हम टेक्नोलॉजी को शामिल करें, टेक्नोलॉजी को इंडल्ज करें. If you talk about this, the example of in the Corona time, Amul, तो अमूल हायर्ड IBM, उन्होंने 80 करोड़ में जो पूरा प्लेटफॉर्म उन्होंने खरीदा, और उसके बाद कोरोना के टाइम में उन्होंने सारी चीज को करके 33 न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स को उन्होंने लॉन्च किया है कोरोना के टाइम में, एंड दे बुक्ड अबाउट मोर देन 200 करोड़. तो दिस इज ओनली रिजल्ट ऑफ द टेक्नोलॉजी, और IBM का जो सॉफ्टवेयर उन्होंने जो हासिल करा, उसमें हर चीज को रियल टाइम पे कौन चीज कहां पर अवेलेबल है वो उनको पता चल गया, एंड देन दे आर एबल टू कैपिटलाइज ऑल द रिसोर्सेज. Okay. Now, if we look at this slide which I made from my survey, तो email marketing का percentage अभी ज्यादा हो रहा है as compared to paid ads, as compared to campaign tracking, as compared to landing pages and social media. तो email and all digital अभी और ज्यादा बढ़ रहा है, and there's a huge scope, miles to go. That's in the English the poem that miles to go before I sleep. Now, in concluding part, I would like to some conclude, and then I request just 2 minutes my learned colleague Gohar Hassan to speak. But in concluding that digital marketing in this technological disruption, so the more we diversify, the more we indulge, the more we incorporate, the more we accept, adopt, improvise, and overcome the technology. We have to accept the technology, otherwise we fall behind. Just exactly what behind that, the way behind that. The world was in the 1960s, that they all were into the industrialization format, and we came into industrialization after way back and liberation on 991. तो जब तक हम इसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे, उसमें we can't grow, because जो एरा का युग का नाम हम लोग कहते हैं, जैसे युग सतयुग है, कलयुग है, एक वो व्याख्या है. एक और व्याख्या है कि जैसे एग्रीकल्चर एरा है, रेलवे का एरा है, स्टीम इंजन का एरा है, तो 1980 से 2030 happens to be information technology era. जिसको भी अगर information IT के प्लेटफॉर्म पे नहीं करेंगे, we will fall behind. So this is how we include, and I would like to request Gohar Hassan to speak something about IoT in particular. Sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for giving this opportunity, and thank you, Amity, for also accepting my papers. Now, I would like to elaborate my discussion over here from to start from IoT. IoT means is the Internet of Things. I would like to add on it's embedded with the sensors, softwares, and other technologies for connecting and exchanging the data. In between, we are also embedded from the like smart home devices, smart home thermostat, smart lights, smart security systems. If we are going for a water tank, in water tank having some AI opportunity with if the water tank has been full, they show the alarm has been rang, pani ki tanki bhar gayi hai, like that, because everyone has in this time have very less opportunity and very less having time with it. So everyone knows the time is the money, and the time is very 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 important for the things. Okay, after that I just like would on add on wearable devices. Wearable devices like a fitness tracker, smart watches. Fitness tracker means in Apple devices or otherwise MI devices or Android devices, there are lots of things we are adding on, like BP check machines, fevers, sugar, and how many steps are you walk in. Is like the things of in IoTs. Now, again, I'm going to the connecting cars. Connecting cars means I would like to add on one example of Tesla. Tesla is the first electrical cars which have a robotic sensors, and it working of a software to connecting the data, and you just put on the data in him and you just relax behind the car. You just drank a tea, read a newspaper. The car is arrival to destiny in approachable, very in very in manner way, a very in sustainable way. There has been no chances to be accident in 99% in Tesla cars, because of the vehicle equipped with IoT technology can provide real-time diagnostics. Then other one in IoT is industrial IoT. Industrial IoT means smart factories. Smart factories, which means what? Nowadays, manpower is important, but the help of the IoT is smart factories means like there were lacking, there were a barrier, there were communicating gaps, there were formal influences like in fabrication area or construction area. I would like to give an example of BHEL, like BHEL Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited is making a boiler, is making a construction, is I am working with a well in Raichur. There were 800 megawatt thermal power plant is there. The boiler making of the by the VHEL, he is making with IoT. IoTs, because the boiler connected with a big, because there is so much heat inside them, and can't go inside the boiler. The temperature making is so high. The burning technology has been there. So the resistance cloth is also not melting. It's going to be melt inside there. So this technology, smart factories has been arrived, and it will save the man or humans bodies. Now, Shadnan sir also gave an example of Amul. Yeah, Amul in the 2005 purchased a IBM software with worth of rupees 80 crore rupees, and then it is utilized on a Corona time. Corona time means there is a everything is stopped. Whole world lockdown is there. Okay. After that, what is going on? The supply chain management is coming over there, and then the use of the supply chain management. The Amul Industries has been very successful in industry in the Corona time, and its profit more than over 200 crores above. And now I just add on two more things, ma'am, because we are human and we are very health conscious. So in IoT also is there is so many things. If the person is in ICU, the remote patient monitor is there. If person is the homicide, then smart medical devices all also is there. Also, the I add on our honorable Prime Minister Modi sir. Uh, Actually, the Prime Minister Modi, he's dreaming about smart cities. He's also the things of IoTs. Traffic management system is responsible for that, and smart grids. Smart grids means like that. Credit meter is also there. Gas agency is also there. His LPG is also there. So all are the things is connected with the IoT. So our topics is very relatable to this era, and this growth. You can saw our pie chart, the enterprise IoT market by technology 2023 and 2030, there were growth rate of technology. So, back. Thank you. So this is the main things of we are finding over there, because in after almost 1 decade, we are not doing self work. We are just automated worker, and we are just set up the things, and all those is going on there. Okay, that's all my side.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for.
Just
Thank you.
one sentence I would like to add, ma'am. Just one sentence I will explain.
Sure.
हम लोगों ने सर्वे किया till 2030 तक का, right? From 2030 to 2080, that era happens to be of this nanotechnology, nano engineering and all. अब era बदल जाएगा. अभी तक हम लोग IT के era में, तो अभी इस तरह का मामला है. After that, the era will change. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Obviously, we are moving
so much, ma'am.
towards a more digital era. And thank you so much, Mohammad Gohar and Saad Adnan ji. It was a nice
Thank you, ma'am.
presentation.
Thank you.
Nalin sir. I think he is muted. So yes, obviously your presentation has depicted how we are moving in IoT. Yes, Modi ji is also thinking about smart cities and
Yes,
everything.
ma'am.
Only one point I just want to add here is
Sure.
Sure,
Please.
sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
lots of we can say you have touched upon many areas of IoT. So for better research publication and for sending it to some other review paper or to make it as a research paper, you have to be very much focused on a particular aspect of IoT.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, obviously there is a lot of information, but then making it as a research paper, I think will be do the magic. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Because we are overloaded with the information. Nowadays, information
So
is...
we have one more presenter now.
Yes, sir. One more, we have the presenter. She is here,
Okay.
Dr. Deepshikha Sharma and Shruti Das. She is...
Yeah, she can start. Yeah.
And Buskarma University, Pune. She will be presenting on the egalitarian maneuver, balancing digital advertising practices with the protection of human rights in the Indian context. I think it's a very relevant subject. And ma'am, please, if you are here, please unmute yourself. Dr. Shruti Das,
Yes.
I can see you. Shruti Das?
Yes, ma'am. Can you, am I audible to you?
Yes, you are very much audible, but I am not able to see you, ma'am. If it would be
Yes.
nice if I can see you.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, very much visible and very much audible. Thanks
Yes.
for coming, and you can start with your presentation. And Nalin sir, you know, he is from IIT and Patna. He is the chair, and his valuable insight will obviously help you in your future research. So please go
Sure.
ahead with your paper. All the best.
Yes, ma'am. So, just a minute. Let me connect with Deepshika, ma'am. She is here only, and she will be giving the presentation for this paper.
Sure, please.
Yes. Hello. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, very much audible, ma'am.
So, I'm sorry for the delay, ma'am. I'm really sorry for it. So, ma'am, can I start the presentation?
Nalin sir, with your permission, can we start the presentation? Sir, if you...
Please go ahead. Yeah, please.
Yeah, please, ma'am. Please start the presentation.
So, good afternoon to each and every one of you. So, the topic for the paper is the egalitarian maneuver balancing the digital advertising practices with the protection of human rights in the Indian context. When I talk about this,
Share
the
your
most
PPT. If you could share your PPT.
Ma'am, we have joined through mobile. It is not possible, but we can share it on the group, on the WhatsApp group. That's fine.
If you could send us, I can share your PPT.
Ma'am, not possible as of now. We were actually having our lectures. We just finished our lectures and we just came right. So we can share it maybe by... Is it possible, ma'am?
Okay, please continue. But I think it would have been beneficial if you could have seen what you are actually explaining us, what you want to communicate.
So, ma'am, we can share it in the group for all the participants who are there in this group. They will get the benefit out of this paper by reading our release. But yes, we'll definitely share it with you.
Okay, please continue with your presentation.
So, ma'am, when I'm talking about this particular aspect, the digital advertising industry in India has witnessed a substantial surge in the expansion of over the last decades, propelled the broad accessibility. When we are talking about this, there is a significance of substantial change in the marketing terrain of the nation. When I expressively say that there is an extensive use of targeted advertising, behavioral tackling technologies has started scrutiny over the extent of the personal data which is collected from the by big shot companies, and the data security becomes now a concern, and the user
Sir,
permission.
your voice is breaking. You are not actually properly audible also.
Ma'am, can you hear us now?
Yeah, it's okay.
So, ma'am, should I repeat from the very beginning or should I continue?
Please continue with the data collection. I think you have collected the primary data.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then going ahead with this, we have just taken into consideration the digital advertising landscape in India by taking into consideration that there are various companies like Google, Facebook, the IT companies having a dominant presence in the Indian digital market industry. They have the targeting capabilities of collecting all the data which is required. Google AdWords, Facebook ad manager offer sophisticated features for advertising for the target precise demographics. And for this particular purpose, there is a significant user data which has been collected by these companies, and they are trying to make use of that particular data delivery, maybe with relation to various aspects. When I talk about these multinational organizations or corporations, especially the Flipkart, Zomato, they have exerted a significant influence in the digital advertising industry specifically. They are basically utilizing their platforms to implement target marketing strategies and significantly interacting with their clients. Coming up to this part that in India, the digital advertising industry is characterized with a rapid growth, especially entailing within itself the ethical principles protecting the consumer rights. When I'm talking about it, then it is related to capitalizing and extensive possibilities presented by the digital marketing platforms. Indian constitutional provisions which are related to this concept is Article 19, Article 14, Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. When I talk about Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, that is guaranteeing principle of equality before law and equal protection of law for the citizens. And this particular concern is there. This particularly is important when dealing with or addressing the discriminatory behavior, discriminatory advertising tactics that may unfairly focus or exclude certain groups based on ethnicity, gender, or maybe some other legally protected tribes. When I'm talking about Article 19, that is ensuring the freedom, such as right to freely express oneself and communicate the ideas, which are highly important in the field of digital marketing. And this is required for dissemination of information. Various Supreme Court rulings are there. Supreme Court in different decisions, like especially Shreya Singhal case, has invalidated Section 66A of the IT Act, emphasizing the significance of right of protection of freedom of speech and expression, particularly in relation to online information. Article 21 of the Indian Constitution confers a very important and essential element of right to life and personal liberty, which is broadly in relation to Indian judiciary to encompass the right to privacy in it. And this can also be seen in KS Puttaswamy versus Union of India, which is highlighting the necessity for the strong data protection measures which are required so that the constitutional requirement serves as a basic for protecting against the possible abuse of such kind of personal data and discriminatory activities in the digital marketing sphere. when I'm talking about the intersection of the digital advertisement and human rights in India, digital advertising and human rights in India, this again is a very important aspect where we see that in India there is a rise of digital marketing concepts with a widespread of data collecting methods by different other companies and corporations which are coming in India and spreading their legs. In this particular intersection, I would specifically talk about KS Puttaswamy case versus Union of India, which is of 2017, which is talking about that the privacy as a basic right, and it is stressing on the importance of implementing a robust data protection measures which are required so that the infringement of such kind of data cannot be there, and that will the personal data, the public intensified consciousness or privacy infringement should not be there in any of the case in the digital marketing eras. So then I talk about the algorithms which are used in the digital marketing sphere, unintentionally sustained discriminatory behaviors in itself, resulting in the unequal opportunities depending on the criteria such as race, gender, socioeconomic positions likewise. So there are a lot many case laws associated with it, but we can just stress upon few. Indra Sohani case versus Union of India. Then we can also talk about State of West Bengal versus Anwar Ali Sarkar. So these are some of the cases wherein the significance of averting or guaranteeing impartiality and parity is required, is being emphasized by the Supreme Court of India. Also, we can talk about Shreya Singhal case, which is again a very important and landmark judgment in that particular aspect. When it comes to evaluating different advertising and marketing strategies. So ethical dilemmas are, of course, there. We need to also look into the ethical concepts. The domain of digital advertising raises numerous ethical boundaries which are to be taken care of, without which, especially when we talk about the consent of the user, which is an ethical aspect, and ethical ramification can be done if it is not taken care of. There are legal foundations and the ethical advertising can go side by side. We can understand that judiciary has taken taken steps to take into consideration lot many issues regarding the same, highlighting the human rights in the digital marketing or digital advertising era, I would say. There are various case laws supporting the same, which I have mentioned previously as well. And then we have dissemination of the bias that should not be there in the digital advertising. No discrimination should be there. Influence of advertising algorithms on information access. When I talk about that, the online advertising exert a significant impact.
Hello.
Ultimately dictating their abilities to access the information. These algorithms tend to prioritize the information and generate substantial user engagement and advertising revenue, potential suppressing content that is less commercially viable. So basically, in a way, these algorithms which is not paid or which is coming to the platform, but
Yeah, there is some problem with your voice because it's breaking, although it was a nice presentation. And it seems like you have done a lot of background work. But I just wanted to know whether you have any suggestion. Is there any act and law regarding this?
There are data protection laws which are there. Lot many, especially most of them, as in context with human rights are protected.
No, you're audible. I can hear you now. So you can continue with that. But voice was breaking and in between it was getting stopped.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's audible.
Ma'am, there are on the international front, we have like general data protection regulation. We have that same protection articles.
I think there is a problem in the internet. Shruti ma'am, I think there is problem with your internet. That's why the voice is breaking.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Very much audible.
Yes. There might be some problem.
Yes, there is some problem, and that's the reason the voice is breaking. Although it was a nice presentation and I was listening, it was very interesting. And I wanted to know that is there some laws in India regarding this digital infringement of the privacy, like you're talking about the human rights, or there is some like.
Yes. Can I answer the question?
Yeah, ma'am, please continue. Shruti ma'am, if you
Yes.
could mute yourself. One of you mute yourself, the other one can present, so that there should not be an echo. But I think you are not audible. She was audible. Have you logged in through 2 devices? Shruti ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So here you are audible. So from here you can actually continue. I think you have logged in from 2 devices, the same.
Yes, ma'am. One is from my phone.
And that's creating a problem, an echo. Hello.
Is it fine, ma'am? No?
Now it's fine. You are audible. Yes.
I think I have logged out from one of the devices. Now it is fine, right?
Yeah, right now you are visible as well as audible.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, somehow Dipshik ma'am's laptop was not getting connected, so I connected from my phone and my laptop.
Okay, no problem. You can continue with that. I think both of you have done work, so both of you are equally conversant in explaining whatever the concept.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So when we talk about law in India, if we have Indian IT Act, basically is there to protect this information like online advertising, and we also have Consumer Protection Act. But when we talk about all these laws are not made to tackle such problems. So basically what we are looking forward right now is the judgments of the court. Like for example, and we also have rules given by Information Technology, Ministry of Information Technology, talking about what are the rules and regulations for sensitive and personal data. Now we have a Data Protection Act right now, which has been enacted end of last year, but yet the enforcement rules have not come into place. So we don't know how the law, the broad spectrum of the law we understand, but until and unless we know how it will work, we are unable to understand what are the problems we are going to face later on. So we have a working system which is going on, which is based on certain judgments like Puttaswamy case, Shreya Singhal case, which are giving us broader guidelines. Like in Puttaswamy case, current Chief Justice of India, who was at that point of time a judge of Supreme Court, he said that he gave a very good definition of sensitive and personal data. He said that any data which is talking about the future actions or behavioral patterns of a person, that will be considered as a personal data. Like for example, we were seeing that Blinkit is giving our orders within 6 minutes. How is it going to do that? There could be a big data analysis which is going on, but we don't know how our data is going to be, how our personal data will be used or abused. It could be used, or at the same point of time, it could be abused also. So with the scope of abuse, and we look into the broader spectrum, if we need certain data from other countries for investigation, means content data. The other countries are very skeptical to give that data to us. If you look into the Facebook transparency report, Google transparency report, India has the least number of data response from those when we come into enforcement, and that's why conviction rate in cyber crimes are very low. So at the smaller spectrum of the things, it is we are not understanding what is going on. In the larger spectrum of things, the conviction rate in cyber crimes are going very low because we cannot complete our investigation.
Okay. So it was like, I can ask Nalim sir. Sir, are you here?
Yes, yes, I'm here. So, so data protection is a big issue. It's a very challenging issue, which he is pointing out. But there is a new initiative by the government in terms of protecting the data with a new act. So, have you also compared with other countries that how other countries are dealing with the data protection?
Yes, sir. We have compared with GDPR and the Indian system, but we cannot do it per se because of the fact that we have done to interpret it because we do not have the implementation rules. So we can say that it is the backdrop is there, but how it will be worked on is not there.
Can I answer? Just one.
Yeah.
Sir, the title of the paper itself is talking mostly, it is about India. So we have just taken the brief connotation about the international laws. We have mentioned though, we have mentioned the international perspective, the GDPR regulations and everything. But in a very narrow sense, it is not elaborated such because this title scope is not allowing us to go ahead with that.
Okay, so if you are developing this as a paper or trying to publish it, so it is better to have a very much, you can say, intensive inquiry into what other countries have done, how they have done, and how India is. Because in terms of like previous presenters have also discussed about data piracy in the e-commerce business. So it is the need of the hour, and also for getting more and more investment in this sector by the domestic investors as well as international investors. We need a proper protection act. Otherwise, those who are not having any futuristic contribution for this Indian economy, they will be the gainer, and those who are looking for India's futuristic progress, they will be the loser. Those investors, those who look for the investing for the future, they will be the loser. So this is very high time when we are looking for the fourth industrial revolution. It is important that we should also have very serious inquiry in this matter.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And sir, one observation that I had, that all the presenter, I think they have not tried to use the quantitative data. Here, most of them are going for just exploratory, describing it. So we are having an FDP in Amity Business School where sir is also there, one of the resource person, and he will be actually letting the people know how the qualitative study is done. In fact, sir, when we had one conference in our ASB, Amity School of Business, there also we had 10 people, and I think Richa ma'am was the area chair in HR track. And there also I found that the people were frightened of the quantitative aspects. Most of them were not collecting data, not going for a statistic test, just coming up with the opinions, just explaining the phenomena, just checking what is happening. So we are in dire need of actually a quantitative technique methodology classes. So how do we look at this? Because this is getting repeated.
So do we have more presenters now?
Sir, it's done. One more is there. Pooja Priya.
My question to all presenters are like, why you have not joined this discussion in the beginning when everyone was informed that you have to present the paper? Why people are coming after 1 hour, after 40 minutes, after 50 minutes? Why it is so?
Yes, sir. Actually, this is something, it's very unusual for us also, that the participants are joining after 50 minutes and we are.
No, in future, such a communication should write that those who will not join on time before the start of the program, they will not be allowed for presenting the paper.
Yeah, sure. Sure, sir. That is actually like we are taking it as a, like in future we will implement this, and this is just a learning for us. This is what you are suggesting, and in the process is creating chaos. Obviously, it's created
No,
chaos.
entire purpose is to have the exchange of ideas, discussion, the findings, the conclusion with a small group of people, so that there will be a discussion, there may be a question, queries, and that enhances the quality of the presenter as well as the future paper on which they are working.
Yes, sir.
So if we are missed out this chance, it means that we are basically missing out many chance for publishing it as a paper, many chance for developing it as a book chapter. And this is not the way. It's
Yes.
highly unethical to not to listen to others, just to speak something and go. That is not the way.
Yeah, sure, sir, sure. And I too second your opinion. This is not the way, and they should be there at the time whatever is allotted to them, because it is just killing the time. And sir, one more presenter we have. If you could permit, we
Yes,
will.
sir, we'll try to finish it by 4. If we can do it by 4, that will be very good.
Okay, sir, we will wind up fast. Who is it? Shruti Das and Dipsika Sharma, you have one more presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is about arbitration in the digital age, resolving
Yes, ma'am.
cross-border and e-commerce dispute. Do you have presentation made for this, or still you will be presenting orally?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, I couldn't share the presentation.
But see, these things are really very important when you are going for any kind of conferences and presenting your paper, because that gives a clear view of what you are doing and how, where you are lacking and what improvements are needed. When you have the resources like Nalin sir, and when you have the opportunity to gain insight on your paper, whatever you are writing, whatever you are developing, obviously that would have been a boon for you, so that you could have published in good research journals, isn't that? So
Yes, ma'am.
obviously, when you bring and show it to them, they are able to see and point out the areas where you can work more and make your paper better. So please, I also feel that the seriousness should be more as compared to what we saw today.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Actually, this is the first time I'm presenting without a PPT. Because of some very unforeseen incident, we couldn't make the PPT.
It's okay, but I will also suggest that please actually come up with presentations from next time.
Sure, ma'am. I will take that opinion very seriously. From next
You can wind up fast, as sir has said. Please try to wind up fast.
I will just wind up in just very important points and word observation.
Yes, sure. Please do that.
Yes. So
Okay.
when we talk about when we talk about the dispute, when we talk about disputes, we have a dispute every now and then, and generally all dispute doesn't turn up in court. Now, there some of the dispute, according to a very recent data, around 10% of the disputes actually turn up in courts. When we talk about criminal disputes, also 10%. Civil disputes, much less than that, actually turn up in court. And recently, in 2020, 19, one of the justice in Supreme Court actually in his speech said that if no new cases comes to court, then it will take 400 years to solve all the cases. Now, in that juncture comes alternative dispute resolution. Now, alternative dispute resolution basically is talking about alternate to judiciary, what are the recourses available? Now, in this, one of the most important platform is arbitration, where it is generally happens on disputes which are between two people, or where the rights are not, where the obligation is related to one person. Means arbitrable dispute. There are certain arbitrable dispute which has been provided by the Supreme Court of India in 2012 case of Goose Allen, and later on it has been redefined in 2023 judgment of the Supreme Court in Vidya Garolia case. Court has specifically said that any arbitration which will be arbitrable has to go for arbitration, and they have an agreement for arbitration, then it has to go for arbitration. It has been mandated more seriously in the 2015 amendment. Though we have an Arbitration and Conciliation Act in 1996, since 2015, the amendments which has taken place has made arbitration more enforceable and made the arbitration such that it is actually taken up as the only recourse. The parties have taken themselves to arbitration. Now, when we talk about arbitration, arbitration needed a venue, seat, and all that concepts are there. But right now, with the advent of online arbitration, now there are two types of arbitration: virtual arbitration and online arbitration. Virtual arbitration is something where the documents are exchanged in person like a normal procedure. But in case of online arbitration, the filing and appointment of arbitrator, substitution of arbitrator, the disclosures by the arbitrator is done everything online, and it's a very fast procedure. One of the arbitration in one of the arbitration institutes in which I am a panel arbitrator is using PeaceGate, that is Indian Institute of Arbitration and Mediation, and there is another platform called Sama. They are using Samadhan platform for online arbitration, where the arbitration is actually, the emergency arbitration is ending within 1 month. So we can understand that this is fast, this is virtual, and sometimes the requirement of hearing is not needed, and the resolutions are effective and efficient. So when we talk about online cross-border disputes, then in that case, parties coming together, resolving their disputes used to take a lot of time. Now the parties could use any of the online platforms, and they can be sitting anywhere in the world and use the technology in their benefit to get their dispute resolved in a very confidential manner and in a fast process. So our suggestion in the entire paper is that when we talk about, there is certain online arbitration is a very new thing in our in the spectrum of it. We have included in other countries they are including blockchain and everything. But what we need is, there are certain key concepts like seat, venue, what should be the procedural law, what should be the substantive law. Generally, the substantive law is clear, but procedural, seed, venue, such concepts, such intricate concepts are not clarified in online arbitration, that could come up as a dispute, and these are actually coming up because the cases are very recently in courts. Of course, because of confidentiality, I cannot tell you certain cases which are going on. Some are sub judice and all that. So these are the problems which arbitrators face and also the parties face.
Shruti ma'am, thank you so much. And in fact, it was very short and sweet presentation as said. And I really appreciate that because we are in a crunch of time. Nalim sir, if you are there, if you can have 2-3 words with us so that I can wind up the process. Hello, sir.
Yeah, so most of the people have presented on
Yes,
various
sir.
topics. Majority of the papers touching upon the IT, e-commerce, and new type of consumer market. Since the theme is marketing, and majority of the people are touching upon the recent trends and new challenges which are the part of the IT-driven economy. But the major problem which you have also highlighted that these problems have not been testified by the empirical data.
Yes.
It is just it is in the opinion form. In the research field, we don't really go for the opinion, but we go for the rigorous empirical work or maybe the policy testing. Even the first paper, which was based on the review of the literature, that was also missed out in terms of having the thematic review or maybe based on a proper methodology of review. So every paper has a potential, but every paper has a limitation in terms of methodology or in terms of looking the problem in a very larger picture. So I will suggest all the authors to again go back, see the methodology, and also try to, whatever they are testing now, it should not be tested based on the newspaper report or some magazine or something, but it has to be tested in the field or maybe with the hardcore secondary data with a statistical analysis. And then you can link your result and bring something very positive for the marketing policies and the state. So this is from my side.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, all the participants. But yes, sir, as sir has said, and I too feel as an organization, SECF, that sincerity is the key to success. And sir, we are really extremely sorry
so
that
we had total 7 presentations. Huh?
Yes, sir. Total 7 presentation we had. We'll be sharing the data with you, sir, for your feedback. And thank you, presenter. Thank you for being here, presenting your ideas to sir, and getting a very insightful suggestions, recommendations from his side. And I think all the paper has the potential, as sir has said, but then you need to make it better because there is no limit to growth. And this is what we are learning. Learning is very, very essential, and every time we learn. And these platforms are just, and this platform provided the learning opportunity. So we should take the maximum that we can take from here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for coming here and gracing us.
Thank you.
You're always being a great help.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you very
sir.
much for your valuable outputs. Thank you very much for your valuable outputs.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And thank you all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.